¡Gas! ¡Garra! ¡Acción! ¡Sudor! ¡Gas! Prepárate para entrar en la zona extrema. Acelera tu adrenalina y alístate a sudar. Global Gas. Leyendas del Templo escondido. Ahora en Gas.
So, after an amazing dream at 8 o'clock this morning with Preston, Brianna, Keely, and Scott, and an awful Spurs game in Los Angeles versus the Mickey Mouse Champions to follow that up, episode Mark Martin, episode 6 of Las Leyendas Del Templo rocked it like Rob Riggle tonight. Arthur Thomas Ford V and Chris McGinley delivered that shit with all the bombs, the cussing bombs, the energy, the tackling back into the pool, after they crossed it. They delivered. To Laura and Amy, it sucks that you guys didn't make it past that mode, but both y'all still played a hell of a game. And I sent you both friend requests on Facebook just so you're aware, and I appreciate the follows from both of you. Emma and Chris, what can I say? You are... Art, I'm gotta make sure what I'm saying here. Art and Chris, as well as Shirley and Paul. Oh my God, you guys were stomping your feet like Daryl Waltrip at the Steps of Knowledge. All of you at the Steps of Knowledge were having a go at it with the king of stomping his feet, Daryl Waltrip, 84-time Winston Cup Series winner and 3-time champion in NASCAR. Yeah, so the whole episode was cracking me up. I was hoping Arthur and Chris would run into Kirk in the temple again, just like Nick Borey did last week, even though we didn't watch it till yesterday because of the busy Sunday we had last week with the Spurs Thunder, Shea Gillis, how the fuck you say his name? Shea Gillis Alexander, and the Nobodies cooked us like Harry Metters, along with Chuck Arda Parts 500 at Phoenix, NASCAR Winston Cup Championship race, but it was a shocking, considering that, Chris went to go for the artifact, but he went the wrong way and went for that extra unused gong instead, considering that he barely missed out on $10,000 for him and Arthur. I mean, kind of reminded me of the most infuriating episode of the original Leyendas with Kirk, the golden pepperoni with Catherine de Medici. Remember Keely, or when the Purple Paris, whatever the fuck her name was? I just hope she doesn't find this video if she's on social media, but as a kid, this was more infuriating. Watch, as an adult, you can just sit there and crack up laughing about it. We knew that the Purple Parents weren't going to win that one that day, even though that originally came out when I was a baby. I didn't see it till the early 2000s on Nick Gas when I was like 6, 7, 8 years old, and both the American channel, the Latino America block in Mexico, but there was no time for them to retrieve the artifact or make it out of temple either way, but she could have got the second prize for her and her partner, who was also named Chris, back in 1994. I remember as a kid, the only thing funny about that as a kid, when considering as a kid, everything else about it is infuriating. When Kirk was screaming, "Get the pepperoni!" and she passed up the pepperoni and started going for the elevator in the mine shaft. Now, when I go back and look at that episode as an adult, it's just something you can just laugh at. As a kid, it's so infuriating. But this is a far cry from, this Chris, the Chris that we saw in the Blue Barracudas tonight, missed the artifact by going the wrong way. I mean, I would have probably made that same mistake. And Emma, Chris, Arthur, Chris, Emma, wait a second, there's two. Oh, Jesus Christ, there's two Chris's. Okay, the Chris, who's the Chris and Chris show? One on the Red Jaguars, one on the Blue Barracudas. The two Chris's, as well as Emma and Arthur in that second Temple game. That one was fucking difficult, because if that were me, I would have chickened out, considering how exhausting that would have been in the heat, considering that was filmed in the summer months in July. That second Temple game, it was nobody's fault, but everybody was stinking it up like Terry Labonte, kind of like how Drew Eubanks did today. And like I said earlier, if that was Livin' La Vida Luka Samanic stinking up the joint like Terry Labonte for the Spurs today and Eubanks' shoes, Greg Popovich would have fucking packed his own bags himself and sent his ass back to Croatia. But because it's Drew Eubanks, he gets a free pass, let alone a slap on the wrist at best. Nice try. You'll get it next time, and so on. If it was Luka, he'd be sent packing back to Croatia by Pop, which is probably why they cut him, when he wasn't even trying on that fast break during a meaningless preseason game. But I'm getting off topic here, but I didn't find Shirley and what was the guy's name? And the guy who was on the Green Monkeys. I haven't found them yet, unfortunately. I'm trying to remember, what was the guy's name? Anyway, I'll probably find it, look at the post again, but I haven't, Paul. Okay, Shirley and Paul, Emma and Chris, Shirley and Paul, the two Chris's, Arthur and Emma, they were having a Daryl Walter foot stomping contest on the Steps of Knowledge, and sadly I haven't found Paul and Shirley yet, but if someone can, does have them, who was on the show tonight, and tag them in the comments of this, just the Instagram part, not the YouTube part, because this is now that Instagram allows longer videos no matter what, as long as they come on their own without any additional pictures. If someone has their Instagram handles, please comment in the Instagram version of this post, because this is also going on YouTube as well. So, episode Casey Atwood next week, number 7. I will see you all for that. But in the meantime, let's enjoy the second to last episode of season 1 of The Big Leap tomorrow, and give them that episode 9 send-off video. And then next week's season 1 finale video, I'll figure out the song I want to dance to give them a second send-off video. So I will see you all tomorrow.